Hey guys, welcome to this episode. We have a special guest today to talk about a few things in her life. Before we get started, Christian's website, gamertech.ca. If you guys use the promo code NIK, you guys will get a $25 discount. Whatever proceedings I get for the next 2 weeks will be helping our guest today. If you listen to the rest of the podcast, you'll find out exactly why. And also, there will be a GoFundMe in the description. Please do listen to this podcast and help out our friend here. So before we keep everyone in suspense, so to stop keeping everyone in suspense, can you just give us a brief introduction about yourself?
Sure. My name's Bella, and I am 32, and I have metastatic breast cancer. So I kind of have an Instagram where I try to detail like what's happening with my breast cancer journey and everything. I'm also a mom and a wife, and I've had breast cancer for 2.5 years.
Yeah, so I actually came across your page a while back before I even started my podcast, and your journey was actually a huge inspiration for me, saying if she can do it, why can't I? So I just want to spend a little time discussing what your condition is and going from there.
Okay, well, I'm definitely happy that I could inspire you. I hope to inspire other people. It's kind of why I started what I started. So my journey started about 3 weeks after my 30th birthday. My husband and I had just closed on our house, and I went to my doctor for like a routine visit, and they found a mass in my right breast, and they sent me for a mammogram, and the radiologist actually pulled me like in the back room with him and told me he believed I had breast cancer and I needed to go for a biopsy immediately. So I was kind of like super shocked because being 30, like that's not something you expect. And I went and had a biopsy, which initially confirmed DCIS, which is stage 0 breast cancer. And then I met with some surgeons and plastic surgeons, and I had decided to have a bilateral mastectomy, which was done in April of 2018. And then that pathology actually revealed that it was stage 3B breast cancer. So it had gone into 3 of the 13 lymph nodes that they removed, in addition to my entire right breast.
Yeah, so for people who don't have too much of a scientific background or don't quite get it, I will be putting a few links in the description for people to understand what is going on. So you said this all started 2 years ago, but what would you say your current condition is right now from what you've been told by doctors?
Yeah, so just back up a little. So at first
Yeah.
it was stage 3B in April of 2018, and then I had my first recurrence in December of 2018, where it came back actually in my chest wall, where I actually still have a mass there. And they did a few more surgeries to try to remove the cancer. And then in December of 2019, I got diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. So currently, my condition's terminal. It's stage 4. And it's like in my mediastinum, as well as all the intramammary lymph nodes into my armpit, basically. And then there's just cancer cells, throughout my body.
Yeah, so again, we will be having information about this, but I I know that at stage 4 it is quite incurable, but what kind of treatments do they provide for someone in your current position?
Sure. So I was actually very against chemotherapy and radiation the first 2 times I had breast cancer, knowing what my odds would be that eventually it would probably come back. I just didn't think it'd come back so quickly, but my breast cancer is hormone receptive, meaning that my hormones feed it. So the options for me as of right now are they give me a monthly injection, which puts me or did put me into menopause in January. So that it slows the growth of the cancer down. And then I take a daily estrogen blocker so that the cancer isn't being fed. And then I have tried 3 different types of oral chemotherapies, but those have had such a negative impact on my bone marrow that I can't take them anymore because they made me what's called neutropenic for so long. I've been neutropenic since February, which is like super bad for your body.
And I'm guessing because of the lack of estrogen or the estrogen blockers as well, it affecting your bone marrow and bone density would also be really bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So like another thing that I want to bring up is that I know you've been really pushing through this kind of battle that you're having, knowing that it is really uphill. What's your motivation, right, to go through it?
My motivation, number one, is definitely like my family and my children. And I believe that they deserve to have a mom for as long as possible. So I just try to push through for them. And then I also like strongly believe in inner peace and kind of completing all the tasks that you want to in life. And there's been like a lot of stuff I've gone through in my life, not just with cancer, but like I had a lot of doors that needed to be shut. So like that kept me going motivationally and stuff. And then being able to like actually wake up in the morning and live the day like it's my last day. Like I get up and if I want to go drive an hour somewhere, like I do that. And if I want to go to the beach with the kids, I do that. Like, just finding little things that make me happy.
Yeah, that's probably the most important thing right now, to spend as much time with their children, or with your children as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know my grandmother in her last days as well. I, w- I would talk with her on the phone a lot more, and it provided her a lot more happiness to just see my mom and me
Oh,
and
yeah.
kids than any other treatment could have given. What's some, like, I know that in these stages with what you've been going through, you probably picked up a lot of lessons and so on. What are some lessons or advice that you can give my audience or anyone in general?
Um, so quite a few actually. I'd say that cancer has completely humbled me and changed me as a person to appreciate life and to honestly just throw away the petty stuff. Like, don't get mad at someone for something simple because it could be the last day that you see them, and don't hold on to grudges. And like, I just emphasize finding peace in your life and making peace with all the things that if you died tomorrow that you wouldn't want, you wouldn't regret. You just want to kind of close all those doors and find peace and find happiness and find things that make you happy and try to just live your best life. Like that's definitely one of my mottos, is just live your best life and live each day to the fullest and stuff. And like not every day is a good day. Trust me, there's days I wake up and it's hard to put a smile on my face, but I do it because otherwise, like, you could succumb to that, like, sadness and, like, oh my gosh, like, I'm terminal, like, I'm going to die any day. If you live like that, though, that's not living. Like, you need to live with what you have.
Yeah, so I know a lot of, so with this, I know I should really be thanking you for coming on, making the time to come on, spread a few good words. So like I mentioned before, the GoFundMe that we have in the description and any affiliate link purchases with Christian's website for the next 25 or for the next 2 weeks, I mean, those proceeds will be going to help with your family after any incident or whatever you choose to do with the money. Hopefully that does help from my side, and hopefully the audience can all help in to pitch what they can.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah, so thank you guys. Hopefully you guys can check out everything that I'm doing to help out and take care.